Hi, my name is Alec, and together with 88 Grains, we are roasting coffee together. And this month, the coffee of the month, it's super exciting because it's the first time ever geisha from Honduras, and it's honey processed. And we are obviously going to roast it on our old trusty bullet right behind me. And yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let's start roasting the coffee. So as always, we are roasting 600 grams of green beans, and we are pouring the beans to the hopper. And today we are going to try to highlight as much florality and as much fruitiness and sweetness of geisha as we can. And we'll do it by roasting slightly quicker with shorter development. So this should enhance the brightness, the fruitiness of the geisha coffee. What the geisha is? Actually, the geisha is one of the most well-known varieties, I guess, in the world. I think it's because of the world stage where baristas very often uses this variety. And it's prized for its florality, its fruitiness, like stone fruits character with some honey, and they're just beautiful coffees, very complex, very gentle, and also very bright. All depends on the country where it comes from, but in general, yes, that's how they taste like. And the honey process is actually one of the best for the geishas, if you ask me. My favorite would be the washed, obviously, but honey has some more, is adding some more sweetness to this cup, so it's not so savory and it's not so citrusy as the washed process. And I was actually worried when roasting to scorch the coffee because the beans are very gentle. So that's why I'm checking the beans again. And Honduras is a Central American country. I've never been there, to be honest, but they have very surprising coffees. My favorite coffees from Honduras are pacas. I think we did roast on pacas before. So washed pacas are my favorite. Super bright, almost like Kenyan from time to time. And yes, we are getting somewhere. So we are at 122 degrees at the moment, and we are at the peak of our rate of rise. And now we will start declining. So we are aiming for definitely less than 9 minutes with our roast time. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe you've noticed that last 2 or 3 coffees I didn't change the fun settings at the beginning, so I'm always on fun 2. And actually, when I tried the coffees on fun 2, it's I feel like they're slightly more developed for some reason. I think there's more heat in the roaster in system, so the development time can be shorter. So development time can be shorter, and then the coffee is slightly fruitier and like more punchy. And yes, we are on the yellow stage, so all of the beans are yellow, no green, in the roaster. Now we'll slowly start to decline with our p-value as well, which is actually quite low as well for our roasts, but it's because mostly of the fun. So we didn't start with 9 or 8 or 7, but we start with 6, so it's slightly less than half of the power of the roaster itself. And now we are on P5 at 170. And we'll probably do one more change right before the crack and development time. So yeah, the rate of rise is declining nicely, evenly, and that's what you want to see. I'm not saying it's absolute, but there are some coffees that can be affected by increasing rate of rise or unusually fast decreasing rate of rise. It is tastable from time to time. And now we are changing to P4. Or maybe not. Yeah, it's important to do it not too early, but not too late. Especially right before the first crack, which should happen around 180 something. When there is very small moisture content of the moisture release in the beans, they are very fragile and very vulnerable to changes. So that's why you want to avoid this 30 to 45 seconds changes around the first crack, because they may crash our rice for some reason. They will just absorb heat too quick, or they will cool down the roaster as well. And now we are trying to hear the first crack, because we are almost there. Trying to get closer. And there we have it, 187. And now we'll have like a minute or so development time. And as you can see, my rate of rise got higher, but it's decent. It probably will drop down. And we are on P3 as well. So I got panicked, to be honest, a little. But yeah, I think this coffee can handle it and should be fine. No hard crashes so far. And we are getting closer to the end at 45 seconds of development time. Checking the bean colors every few seconds so we know what's going on, and getting ready for the drop. And it's 105 development time. Okay, that's it for roasting. I guess we can go into the brewing section. See you there. Okay, so now it's time to brew our coffee. So we have the coffee ground, and today we are going to brew an aeropress. So what we start with is to put the filter into the filter holder, and then we need to wet it with just a drop of water. It's more than enough. Okay. Then we can pour our grounds into our aeropress. And today I'm using 14 grams of coffee for 200 mils of water. Level up the grounds and start pouring. So we pour all the water at once, and the water is 94 Celsius degrees. This is it. And now we need to stir it a couple of times just to make sure everything is nice and wet. And now we wait until 1 minute. Coffee already smells very floral, but also very sweet, like caramelly or honey-like. This is what geishas are most famous for its florality and honey-like sweetness with citrus notes and so on and so on, which is in this case emphasized by also the process, which is the honey, and it helps to bring out the sweetness. So we stir one more time. Now we put our filter cap on. One more stir, and now very slow and gentle press. So remember to don't rush the press. This is the most crucial part of the process of making an AeroPress. I see a lot of people like pressing very hard, which makes the coffee very bitter and unpleasant. And the key here is to be patient and just press it as it is with only your with the weight of your arm. That's it. And also remember to don't press on scale because it can damage your precious kaya or whatever you're using. And today I chose the AeroPress because it's, if you do it right, it's very bulletproof, and we have very fresh coffee. So it's like a couple of hours after the roast. And don't worry about the hiss, because a lot of people see on the internet, they tell you that the hiss make your coffee bitter and unpleasant. And yes, it might, but if you taste only it will definitely be more bitter than what's on the first part of brewing. But then you need to balance the acidity with the bitterness at the end. So I'll grab a cup of coffee. And now we can smell it. Yeah, so there's definitely tons of honey sweetness and some white florals that are very common for geisha coffees. At the front, there is a lot of citrus acidity, and then it turns to caramelly sweetness that covers your palate. And there are so many florals in the coffee at the front, at the back, and all around. So I think this coffee deserves to be coffee of the month. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next month.